Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
So, shall we begin? Those 4 words seemed to echo around the council chamber. The lord mulled about nervously. To his left sat his longtime friend Leopold Snow. To his right, his good brother Owen Greystark. The other lords from across Andalia sat encircling the rest of the table. You understand why you are all here, I hope. His eyes scanned across his assembled council like an eagle searching for prey. His sister Violet glided her hand along the tabletop from her seat next to her husband. The answer is obvious, is it not, brother? You wish for us to help decide who your heir is. Enger nodded. As you are all well aware, I am lacking a legitimate male heir, and it has become apparent that that may never be the case. With the threats on my life growing by the day, I feel this decision must be made now, rather than later. Owen furrowed his brow. I don't see how this really should be an issue. Kyra certainly is the best choice to be your heir. The room erupted with sounds of agreement and cries of disapproval. Leopold scoffed. I'm not certain how things are done among your people, Lord Greystark, but if I remember the precedent correctly, the son comes before the daughter. An uncomfortable tension filled the council chamber as Leopold and Owen locked eyes. The rest of the council began muttering to themselves, picking sides. Before Owen could respond, Leopold continued his tirade by addressing the entire congregation of bannermen. With all due respect to you all, I understand you may love your daughters, but we must be honest about how things have always been done. It is the son who succeeds his father. Whether he is a lord, merchant, carl, emperor, he turned to stare Enger dead in the eyes, or king. If there is no legitimate male available, well, you legitimise the baseborn and thus the line of succession is secured. Leopold turned to look at his king, a smirk growing on his face. It was then that Enger felt something he never thought he would feel when being addressed by his friend, a deep rage rolling up from the pit of his stomach. This man had been his friend since childhood. He wouldn't dare oppose him. Would he? Owen leaned in towards Leopold, his tempestuous eyes daring him to interrupt. Last time I checked, my friend, Violet was the one Ambrose groomed to inherit the kingdom before Enger was born, he said, his eyes then shifted to address the entire room. And no one had questioned the king then. What makes this situation so different? Colmore Bloom nodded. Aye, Lord Greystark speaks true. Kyra should take the throne after Enger. Leopold gave a dismissive shrug. That may have been the case for a time, but the gods found it within themselves to grace us with our current king. That past mess was due to him lacking a son at that time. Why didn't he think of appointing one of his brothers or nephews in case he failed to produce a son? I can only guess his mind wasn't clear enough at the time. Violet gripped the arms of her seat at that last comment. Enger thought his sister looked like she was about to burst with rage at the implication Leopold was suggesting. Enger felt some relief that he wasn't the only one to be enraged. Colmore shook his head. Crown is once again in this dilemma, and where are his grace's brothers? He has none. Enger Firehand hummed in agreement. A Sevenstar must inherit, no other can take his place other than his daughter. Leopold smirked, his purple eyes glistening harshly. So? We have many acceptable candidates for legitimisation. Why not young Lord Harbert? His mother was a Redguard. They are well respected. Or young Ambrose, who is of Stark blood, having him on the throne would maintain our alliance with the North. Better yet, why not the greatest of all our Lord's children, Lord Benfrey? He's young, a skilled warrior, a descendant from our great founder Enger I on both sides. I would even prefer that Lyseni boy Harlerio. At least his mother's family were gracious enough to fill the kingdom's coffers as well as our Lord's bed. Owen let out a deep sigh one would expect from a young squire, almost as if he had been dreading this topic. Violet shot him a glare that would stop the heart of a lesser man. I have no qualms with the prospect of legitimisation, but we must consider what the other realms will think. Ambrose may also be of Stark blood like Kyra, but... Owen paused to throw Enger a sharp look. He was born out of Enger's vows to Sybil. Not only is that spitting at our alliance with my cousin, but it also recognises how the king also shamed the Stark king's other sister. And need I remind everyone here of Kyra's sword skill? She is as good, if not better, than Benfrey. And... Owen turned to look at his good brother. I distinctly remember Enger had recently made known his intentions to knight her, Pierce Snow, as well. Lord Firehand nodded in agreement. Aye. I'm sorry, Leopold, but he has a fair point. While the Starks may be weakened, the last thing we need is issues with the North while the Westerlands are still alive and well. We can deal with either the Lion or the Wolf, but not both. And with Kyra on the throne, we won't be wanting a strong ruler either. With the right counsel, she'll wear her crown as well as she wears her armour. Enger could see Leopold had bitten his lip but kept silent. Violet stood and walked to stand beside her little brother. There is only one option we can take, Enger, she said softly. Kyra must take the throne. She paused to look around the room, particularly at his infuriating friend. At least until you do have a son with your wife. Enger nodded, all in favour of this motion. The room filled with the sound of an unanimous aye. Even from an irked Leopold, Enger rose from his seat. Then we are in agreement. I will arrange a great tourney to celebrate my conquest and announce my decision to the rest of the realm publicly. Do I have your word that you will honour this agreement? Violet squeezed both her brother's shoulders and smiled down at him as his lord swore to accord. Then it is settled, he announced. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Citadel with me, Grand Maester Stitch, where we return to the kingdom of Andalia. Now in that introduction POV and in last week's ending POV that joined together, we had the small council meeting that Enger II called with his most loyal bannermen to decide the fate of the future of the realm, and he has made it clear now to everyone that Princess Kyra, his true-born eldest daughter, will be the one to succeed him as Queen of all of Andalia. She is betrothed to Arlen Josso here, to a very loyal, close-by family, which will hopefully gain the loyalty of the Lady of Whitford as well, who's going to be pretty loyal anyway. And yes, as we go back to Kyra, now that we have declared that she is Enger's heir, it's a time to do a few things, including her. She does have some very good traits: ruthless, stubborn, rough, just, honest, diligent, brave, gregarious, and a skilled fighter. And she also has brooding and fussy that are still to turn into something. She's got that education focus of martial, very good martial and diplomacy skills as well, as you can see. So she's probably going to be a very decent queen. Now we're going to do something very questionable probably to most of the kingdom of Andalia, and we are going to grant a knighthood to our daughter Kyra. Knighthood. Your daughter Kyra has proven herself to be a fine warrior. Although it goes against tradition, you have her kneel before you and proceed to tap her shoulders with your sword. Kyra of the House Sevenstar, in the name of the warrior, I charge you to be brave. In the name of the father, I charge you to be just. In the name of the mother, I charge you to defend the young and innocent. In the name of the maid, I charge you to protect all women. In the name of the seven, I charge you to be just and honourable. Rise, Lady Kyra. So she's going to be the first female knight, I believe, in Andalia. And we're also going to do something else. As we know, Enger has literally no martial ability at all. He's a poor fighter. He is a knight because a sceptred knighted is probably out of trying to gain favour. So Enger's never going to use it. So we're going to grant the Valyrian steel sword Mother's Mercy to our daughter Kyra, which is going to change her opinion of us massively. I will pass on my sword to Kyra. She needs it more than I do. Send. So now she is also the holder of the 7-star Valyrian Steel Sword, Mother's Mercy. So she's probably going to, hopefully, like us very much now. Apparently she doesn't like us that much, though, because we're excommunicated. She is going to have the loyalty of the Starks. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen moving forward with Kyra once Enger does finally die, which probably won't be very long, considering everyone is trying to kill him. So, yes, that is Princess Kyra sorted, but there is one more daughter that I want to knight as well, and that is Pia Snow, as no one's probably going to knight these afterwards. She has moved to the Vale with Benfrey, as they are actually true brother and sister, that same mother and father. She's a great fighter as well, as you can see, and diligent, ambitious, brave, deceitful, skilled fighter, and then she's got a load of child traits. So let's... No, I don't want to send her to the Faith. She's way too impressive to do that, but we'll grant her a knighthood as well. And there we go, all the same stuff. Rise, Lady Pia Snow. So there we go. We won't knight our sons, as they're all going to get knighted themselves anyway, and none of our other daughters are worthy of a knighthood, but these two definitely need knighting. So there we go. Right, I appreciate all the awesome name suggestions that everyone put forward for the Great Bastard, so let's have a look through them. Of course, we've got the most important and the most impressive, and that is Lord Benfrey of the Giants' Lands, who is now known as High Star, to try and put in a bit of Arryn-ness into that family branch. His wife is an Arryn, and she's also in the late final months of pregnancy, so their child's going to be half Sevenstar, half Arryn, so we'll get a little bit of that stuff in there to do with the Arryns, as well as that light blue background. And then for the star, we've got the purple star, the mixing of the red and the blue from the two 7-star branches. And as I said, we moved Pia Snow to his court to be with him, as they're very close. Down in Wickerden, we have House Redstone, which is our other bastard, Lord Harbert Snow. But yeah, I thought that was a good suggestion. Red for the Red Star of House Sevenstar and for the Red Guard, which he's a family member of. And then the Stone, as it's the bastard name of the Vale, and he's a bastard, and he's not proud as the others, so he's proud of his bastardry, really. So yeah, we've got that nice Red Guard sigil there for him, and he's married as well to an Aaron, I believe, but there's no pregnancy there just yet. And then before we get to the other two bastards, we obviously have Lord Leopold Snow, who's took the house name of Drake, and he's got the Shycross Dragon with the House Richards colours, as he's a bastard of those two houses. So yes, House Drake of Crabshaw. And then finally, as the other bastard, we have Lord Titus Snow of Crone's Crossing, who, as he is in Erenford, we've called him Erenstar, and he's got a pink star on black, as the colour of Erenford is that nice pink colour. Unfortunately, we can't get that pink colour in the sigil maker, which is a shame, as that's what I wanted for the stars. Many stars on a black field, and he's the bastard I'm most worried about going forward as Kyra. He's got some pretty worrying traits, really. Gregorious, ambitious, ruthless, envious, wrath, greed, duelist, formidable fighter. So yeah, he could cause problems. And then obviously in Rushmore we had Lord Ambrose Snow of Seaguard, who's got the name Red Wolf because of his Stark ancestry. Right, so we can get right into the episode now, finally. Got a lot of money that we earned towards the last of that episode that we can spend. We need a new Maester, okay? Have we sent for a Maester yet from the Citadel? No, yes, we already have. We've got that plot to kidnap Theon Bolton, but I think the faction's actually ended. We've now got this one, Lord Hubert for the Mountain and Vale. So now that that faction's ended, we could end that plot because, let's be honest, it hasn't gone anywhere, has it, at all? So let's cancel that plot because we've tried several times that if he's not going for independence and going against us now, we'll give it a miss. But instead, we are going to try and capture Roland Hawk, who is obviously trying very hard to kill us. So let's see if we can plot to kidnap him, and we've got a good chance of it becoming a very powerful plot. So let's auto-invite people to that, and hopefully with him not having as much protection as Theon, we can capture him a little bit easier. We are starting to host a tourney as well, which will happen soon, but before that, let's repay that loan of 270 gold that we took out, and that leaves us with still a nice bit of gold. Hopefully we'll get our new Maester soon. I have added the mod which removes the Far East here, as you can see, as we don't have any interaction with that at the moment, and hopefully that will keep this save file, which is obviously getting very, very big now, running a little bit smoother. We do need to move our diplomat somewhere else to get a claim, as we do have a claim on these two lands here now, as we usurped the High Lordship, so we can send... Okay, you're currently busy improving... Okay, I don't know why you're doing that, so let's... Oh, actually, do you know what? Yeah, stuff for you, Krenin Maiden, sorry, but you haters, you're plotting against us, and we have a better diplomat now, because we have Benfrey Highstar, who does have 27 martial, so he'd be good at that, but I don't want to take Cornwall Bloom away from the Master at Arms, so we'll have Benfrey as our new Master of Laws, and we'll get him to fabricate a claim on, let's go for Wickham next, and these lands here, as they do border the Vale, and we can split, which ford is this? It's the Green Ford, I think, isn't it? Yes, so we can split that there. Our Master at Whisperers, we're going to need to do something new with you now that we're not doing that plot. We're waiting for our new Maester to come. Let's unpause, wait for that tourney to kick in, wait for those claims, let the realm calm down. Now that we've got all these new High Lords, who are the High Bastards, it has improved our army and our loyalists a lot more, thank God, because obviously we had a lot of people who hated us, but thankfully we've got a lot of loyal vassals now. Your Grace, the Maester was sent from the Citadel. He is a reach man by the name of Normand. Let us hope he will be loyal and wise. Let's have a look at you. Are you impressive? Very good learning, 23, yeah, decent. Mastermind Scholar, a Maester, a Traveller, paranoid, honest, lustful, and erudite. Do we really need a paranoid Maester when we've already got a paranoid king? We don't want him to feed into that. Just serve the court, please, Maester. Right, let's unpause, let things tick along a little bit more. Lady Sinel of Tumbleton is inherited city of Tumbleton, doesn't really concern us. It is time for the tournament to begin, and for the next 2 months let's all show their martial brilliance. This is the time. I wonder if any of our bastard sons will take part, and that's something else I want to do for Kyra. Actually, where are you, Kyra? Kyra, there we are. We granted you that Valyrian steel sword. Let's give you another artifact, and I'm going to give you our fine set of armour as well. We don't need it. Kyra needs it more than us. She's going to inherit all of our stuff anyway, but at least now she has a sword and some armour. Our money's going up nicely as well, which is good, so we can do some improvements in and around Andalia as we go forward. Master John of Wolfsborough died of gonorrhea. Is that John Whitetree? He was still alive. Wow, 63. He was infirm. He had gonorrhea. Okay, but he lived till quite a good age, and he did have 3 children in the end as well. Brian Whitetree. Got some good learning. Okay, interesting. I'm surprised he managed to live so long. My daughter Alison has a tender and loving soul, trusting everyone in the castle. I fear she will get hurt someday. Let's have a look at you, Alison Snow. Okay, you are very nice indeed, actually, aren't you? Those who love will get love in return. Yeah, let's get her to have the kind trait. There we go. We've got the kind trait now, which is nice. Just let things tick along. I don't forward things too fastly now because it does make the game go a bit strange. Kyra Sevenstar has had fine set of armour added to the treasurer. Perfect. So that will hopefully make her like us even more. Yeah, she has a great opinion of us now. I think we sent her a gift recently, didn't we? Yes, we did. So, but at least she will like us a little bit more now. Sir Henry spoke up and told everyone how great the food at my feast was. I was really glad someone was kind enough to say something nice about the food, given how hard I had worked to ensure that the food was the best part of the feast. That was well spoken. Thank you. Who is Sir Henry? Sir Henry of Ivy Hall. No idea. Lord Harbert Snow has used his attendance of the feast in Sevenstar to present a petition for justice before the court. He claims that Master Roland Hawke made an attempt on the life of one of his kingsmen, and he demands that he is brought to justice for the attempted murder. Yes, wasn't that the attempted murder of others? Where even is he now? Okay, so he's gone. Oh, he's actually the Lord there now. Oh, that's perfect. So his father's died, and he's actually the Lord now of Gancliffe, so that means that we can actually arrest him. Master Roland must be arrested and made to answer for this. We have a 75% chance that he's imprisoned by High King Enger. Yes, do it. And he managed to avoid it again. Roland managed to avoid my guardsman and has fled to the court of Lord Samwell. Who is Lord Samwell? Samwell of the Kingswood, down south. He's got away again. Let him cower in fear. That's twice he's got away, but that means we still can't end that plot against our life. I had invited a monkey trainer to the summer fair, and the performance went well until one of the monkeys refused to ride on top of a pig. The trainer beat the monkey with a stick, which led to the other monkeys to attack the trainer, biting him and hitting him with his own stick. Serves him right. Our opinion of Lord Stefan improves. He shouldn't have beaten that poor creature. We gain some piety and diplomacy. Here's your money. I don't ever want to see you here again. Okay, we'll go. Stefan likes us anyway. We'll go with the middle one and get one diplomacy and gain a bit of piety. Considering we're excommunicated, we could do with getting more piety. A petitioner by the name of Sir Horfrost Rumbar requests a small grant of coin and lands, for he claims he has served loyally in the war against the rivers and hills and has suffered great losses as a result. Who are you? Sir Horfrost Rumbold. Okay, you're an Andal Northman, skilled fighter. That seems just. We give him 10 gold. I can't give coin to every beggar soldier. No, we'll give him 10 gold if he served as well in the war. That's fine. What's this marriage proposal? To the Honourable High King Enger II, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. We propose that Matto, son of... No, I don't think so. The first day's jousting is complete, with many lesser riders having already been eliminated from the competition. Now, over the coming days, the remaining men shall compete in the final list, tilting until only one champion remains. Perhaps I can place a bet. Shall we place a bet? I don't know who I think could win. It's going to be between Stefan and Colmore, isn't it? But they're both getting pretty old now. And do I really want to be betting money? No, we'll just go find jousters, all of them. We need to save our money, really. We've got a lot of debts and such to pay off. Edom the Gallant has declared Edom Lefford's host invasion of Flint's Finger on King Donald the Usurper. Okay. I'm not going to get involved unless he asks me to. We could get a little kingdom here, which would be interesting. Lord Benfrey of Mandevale has declared Lord Benfrey's blood feud against High King Todrick of the Iron Isles. Okay, a foss away, but you're nowhere near each other, so that's interesting. Interesting turn of events there. The tourney being held in Sevensport is bringing many visitors to the area. The surrounding roads, inns and villages are reportedly very busy, and Sevensport itself is full of merchants and small folk selling their wares. This is a welcome boost. Perfect, the prosperity of our capital gets even better. At the age of 55, your acquaintance Wilbert of Byford died of gonorrhea. Don't even know who he is. He's down from the Crown Lands. Doesn't concern us at all, does it really? Lord Stephen Rosehart and Sir Lucamore Bloom were the next to joust in the list. After many tilts and broken lances, Sir Lucamore was eventually unhorsed, leaving Lord Stephen to be declared the winner. Sir Lucamore Bloom, are you? How good are you? Okay, he's pretty decent, isn't he? Is he a Bloom cousin? Master at Arms of Oldcastle, heir to the Sept of the Tooth. He's a decent Bloom. 2 daughters, though. Well done. A fine joust. Well done, Sir Stephen. How old's Sir Stephen now? He's looking old. Got to be in his 50s by now. Oh, dead on 50, so he's just got his old portrait. I'm going to say he's got to be getting old now, old Sir Stephen. Lord Colmore Bloom and Lord Theon Bolton were the next to joust in the list. After many tilts and broken lances, Lord Theon was eventually unhorsed, leaving Colmore to be declared the winner. Also, Theon Bolton's actually dared to show his face in the capital. That does surprise me. Our gold's improving nicely as well. After many tilts over several days, only 2 knights remained undefeated. Lord Stephen Rosehart and Lord Colmore Bloom, or what a surprise, faced each other in the final joust. And after many tilts of finally executed jousting, Lord Colmore was unhorsed, leaving Lord Stephen Rosehart to be declared the winner of the tournament. Well, there we go. As usual, a Rosehart wins the Rosehart. That would have been a good joust to watch, wouldn't it, for a final? A victor of my tournament, Lord Stephen Rosehart had the honour of choosing the Queen of Love and Beauty, so he decided to crown his own wife, Enger Sevenstar, as his queen, a good choice. Finally, an opportunity to abduct Roland Hook has arisen. One of the Lord's personal guard has proven amenable to bribery, allowing for the opportunity to take him while he sleeps. Shall I tell my co-conspirators to begin their preparations? We must proceed with the plan. Yes, let's do it, and hopefully we can get him. And we need to, bring Enger the Evil back soon, because he doesn't need to be there building his spy network anymore. Betha has arrived at your court. Who are you, Betha? Wilbert's called in a favour on Arena Dreadwolf. Who's Betha? She died instantly. That's weird when you get these random courtiers who like pop up in your court and they die instantly every time. I've got no idea what it's about. Strange. Thankfully, we have managed to get our court down a bit now to 63. It wasn't so long ago that we had nearly 100 flipping courtiers, so we could do with getting that a bit lower. High King Enger the Uncaring succeeded with the plot to kidnap Roland Hook. Oh, perfect. Success. Roland has been delivered in a sack to an abandoned keep near Atterdale. There he is at my mercy and no one can hear his screams. All that remains is to decide what to do with him. Now he dies quietly, or bring him to my dungeons, I will decide later. Yeah, he's not getting away with just a simple death like that. We're going to make him regret what he did. The tournament is over and now it is time to bask in the glory. A glorious event. We gain 142 prestige, nice, and all participants and spectators of the tourney get +5 opinion, which is good considering we know everybody absolutely hates us. My liege, my work in Wickham seems to... Bag, that didn't take you very long, did it, Benfra? Seems to have come to fruition. By bribing, cajoling, extorting, threatening and forging documents, I've managed to fabricate a claim on the lordship of Wickham, presently held by Lord Terran of Willowwood. Yes, we will use it. Can we even move you yet, Benfra? No, I'm going to say you've only been there literally 2 minutes. Right, let's have a look at our prisoner then. What should we do with you, Sir Roland Hook? Do you even have an heir? Oh, you've actually, you gave up your title, didn't you, when you left? Dishonourable, malnourished. Okay, so he's pretty ill anyway. Gonorrhea, lunatic. He's probably going to die soon. What can we do with you? Banish him to the Night's Watch. Execute. Humiliate. No, we'll just go with the execution. Do it. Let's just execute him. Beheaded, hanged. Oh, that's all we can do as we're not cruel. We'll have him hanged as if he's just a complete lowborn scum. There we go. At the age of 35, your rival Roland Hook was hanged on the orders of High King Enger II. There we go. That takes care of that. Dear friend, may you live in harmony and contentment. We've requested you honour your obligations and answer this call of arms against Adam of Adam's host, or Edom. Okay, if you want us to get involved, we'll get involved. He's invading Flint's Finger. We could probably do with taking Flint's Finger at some point, just to split it off. Maybe we could pay the Starks for it in law, take it off their hands. Then again, Kyra's half Stark. Who knows? She may end up taking all of the North at some point. But let's raise up a small force. We'll send some fire hand men and some Jossos, some Red Guards. We'll just send the people from in and around Sevensport. Let's send all of the old Andalian army. And the Blooms. There we go. That's a pretty decent army as they're all loyalists. Let's get them to meet up in Silver Spear for now. And we'll send them to defend Flint's Fingers for the Starks. What have we got here? We can do some colonisation, but we won't do that for now. It'd be a waste of our money. There's other things that we could do with that money instead. Do we have any children still under 12 that are going to need educational focuses soon? Alex Snow is 11. Damon Snow is 11. Felina Snow is 11. Hilario Snow is 11. Princess Leanna is 11. Okay, so we've still got 5 children lacking educational focuses, so we're going to have to splash the cash on that, aren't we, unfortunately? some of them are quite impressive as well, so I don't want to be tight on the chance of giving them good educations. Lord Benfrey Snow has inherited the lordship of the Gates of the Moon from Byra Stone. Okay, good. So he's managed to get himself another title. I wonder who he'll land. The world is a dangerous place and devious plots are everywhere. Rumours have reached you that people are conspiring to kill you. I must be careful. But we managed to get rid of the worst one. That's a good point, actually. We can now go for a different plot, can't we? Now that we've got rid of that. Known plots. Wow, kill Lord Enger the Evil. No, can we get you to... Well, you're not actually in our court, so we... Oh, no. Yes, we can ask you to end that plot. So, yeah, I will do that. Enger's one of our close friends and loyal bannermen, so we don't want that if we can help it. You're planning to kill Lord Arkstar, kill Lord Wilbert of Farthersfield, and that's someone from down south. Oh, it's his brother. His brother's trying to kill him. Interesting. Is there anyone else plotting against us? Quite a few. Oh no, fabricate a claim on the High Lordship. Raymond of Owenshold. Fabricate a claim, and someone else is also... Okay, fair enough. My plots. What I don't know what we should go with for our own plot now. Your Grace, since I arrived in Sevensport, there has never been a shortage of soldiers reinforcing the troop station there. Under your guidance, they believe fame and fortune awaits them all. Let us hope so. Wow, we've actually managed to call up a decent army just from 2 high lordships. Our army really has recovered massively. Nearly 40,000 troops we can raise now. So we are starting to get people back on side, which is good. It took a while. We're going to have more than enough troops here to deal with this without even having to call up men from anywhere else. Sir Medgar of Dustonbury died. Doesn't really concern us, does it? My liege, blessed upon you in your house. Your demand is just. My scheming was obviously misdirected. I hope you'll find it in you to forgive me. Yeah, if you do as you're told, we can forgive you. Can we move Benfrey yet? No, still. He got that claim so ridiculously quick. I hope he's that good at getting other claims. Suppose with that ridiculous diplomacy that he's got. There's going to be a worry when we play as Kyra, though. But either way, if we do have a civil war, so the series carries on, I will just play as the victor anyway to carry on the 7 stars. I will be playing as Kyra, obviously, and trying to win as her. But if she loses, we swap over and play as Benfrey, which will also be pretty cool. I wonder if he's had his child yet. Yes, he has. He's had a daughter, Della Highstar, who's been born with the mark. The character has webbing between their hands and feet and is said by the sister men to have the mark. Okay, how the hell has that happened? I don't know. Pox has broken out in Ghoultown, well, that's miles away from us. That's an interesting birth trait to be born with for someone who's got no system and blood in them at all. Okay, as Kyra... Oh, and here a load of our children now have their adult pictures, so let's have a little look through them. We've got Lady Alana Snow, who is betrothed to Lord Horace of Newkeep. Well, they'll be married now, won't they? Okay. She's got the Stark features, of course, like most of our children have. Who's next? We have Rennie Snow, who is married to Sir Galbert Greystark. Okay, she's got a nice hood on, so we can't see if she's got 7-star hair or not. Then we have Princess Kyra, the future queen, who looks very, very Stark indeed, doesn't she? None of her other traits yet have turned into adult traits, but her martial has gone up by a little bit again. Did she have 16 early in the episode, I think? So it's gone up 2 by the looks of it. Lady Pierce Snow, who also has the dark hair, and she has got a regular marriage with Morton Royce. Well, that's annoying. That's a waste of her potential, really. And hopefully he dies from his grayscale or whatever he's got wrong with him, and she stays unmarried or gets a matrimonial marriage. Who else do we have? Has anyone else got their adult picture? Lady Pierce Snow. Oh, Lord Ambrose Snow of Seaguard. My god, he looks so Stark. You can tell that he's got a Stark wife. Oh, he's got a child already. Alicane Redwolf. Nothing too impressive about her, though. And was there one more with their adult picture now? Alison Snow, yes, who isn't married or anything yet, so we'll have to see what we want to do with her. She's got the 7-star look. Who is her mother? Lady Leslin of Owenshold. Ah, yes, a Red Guard. She's probably got more Red Guard hair, actually, by the looks of it. Right, our troops are together here now, 12,000. Let's march them to Flint's Fingers to protect. Where is this invasion? Oh, the invasion host is actually up in the north, so we'd be better off going the other way, actually. Let's go and stay in Whitford and station ourselves there for now. I'm starting to think that Sour might fancy me. Sour Redguard. Weak, fat. No, you're okay. It's not appropriate. We wouldn't produce any interesting heirs there. And because for some reason that invasion host landed in the north rather than Flint's Fingers, they've just lost like 4,000 men just marching through the north. Are we currently in winter then? No, we're not. Huh? They've just got too big a host to march. That's fine. They're going to march down here and we'll absolutely crush them because the Starks have got about 12,000 men here and so have we. So that's going to be a very easy victory. And the Starks are marching another 5,000 down south. We want to make sure we keep that alliance with the Starks because that's obviously going to be very, very useful for Queen Kyra once she does rule Andalia. Okay, we've got one child lacking an educational focus, Princess Lyanna of Andalia. She's one of our trueborns. Okay, she's got a mixture of some okay traits, definitely more diplomatic, so we'll go for the diplomacy education. She's got a different educator to before. I want to change that because her educator was Princess Violet, and I want to send her back to Princess Violet if we can. Where are you? Violet, 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 Violet. It's not going to allow us to have Violet, unfortunately, which is a shame. I wanted to have Violet to look after her. Never mind, we'll leave her with who she was with. She was with Violet before, so... Right, let's march over here, and we'll attack that host that is invading the north. We're going to absolutely crush them in Silver Spear. What quality of education would you like to purchase for your daughter, Princess Lyanna? Of course, we're going to spend highly, and she'll gain 4 learning from that. Awesome. And it's only 61 gold. That's not actually that bad. Some of the other bastards and children cost an absolute fortune to get their education, but hers is quite cheap, so that's good. Oh, and here we go. This is what's going to bankrupt us. Here's another child lacking a focus. Hilario Snow. He's got stewardship, so we'll go for the stewardship focus for him. Oh, but he's got better traits for diplomacy or intrigue. Or learning. Can't go for the learning education. I'm not going to go for diplomacy. He's only got 1 diplomacy. We'll go for the stewardship education, and we'll spend highly to get him the best equipment possible. Oh, and another child lacking a focus. Felina Snow, what are you good at? Good at diplomacy. So we'll go for the diplomatic education for you as well, and it's going to pop up now wanting to get some more coin out of us for you. Only 61 gold though, improves our learning, that's good. I think we've only got a couple left now. The Adam Levford's host invasion of Flink's Finger has ended in white peace. Our enemy has died, the war has ended. Oh, so we actually killed him in battle by the looks of it. News from Battle of Silverspear, your grace. Your enemy, Adam Levford, was slain. He was killed in direct combat by the enemy commander, not the enemy, our commander, Sir Wheel Silvermoon. Of course, our bodyguard, who absolutely loves us, so he's got that 1 kill now. Well done, Sir Will. Can we send you a gift? Send you a little gift just to say, well done. Okay. We've got plenty of cash to spend about, and as we know, Enger's quite open-handed with everything, not just with his coin. Let's disband that army then. That was a pretty easy victory for the Starks. What quality of education would you like to purchase for your bastard son, Daemon Snow? Well, we're going to spend a lot. That's going to put his learning up to 20 at the age of 12 once we go for that. So I will spend highly to get Daemon the best equipment possible. That's awesome. We don't get to choose his educational focus though, which is he's not actually in our court, is he? He's down with the Bruins, but I want to keep a good eye on him, make him important. He's going to be pretty important, I imagine, in the well, not important, he'd probably be a good one to send to the Citadel to become a maester with learning like that. That's just reminded me, when I was going through the characters, I think we may have had a child of destiny born in the Black Sheep Hills. Here where we have Lord Jorin of Black Sheep Hills, and his lady wife, Lady Leslyn of House Crescent, who is a genius in her own right and has very good traits. But their son and heir, Ben Freelancer, who's now free. Have you ever seen such ridiculous traits on a 3-year-old? Giant, genius, attractive and strong. Oh, and he's got a rash. Oh, of course, because this is CK2, and if you ever get a child of destiny or a very, very impressive child appear in your land and in your game, of course they're going to die. So obviously he's probably going to die now, which would be a typical CK2, wouldn't it? Okay, can we move Benfrey just yet? Yes, we can. Perfect. Right, so we got the claim on Wickham, so now let's farragate a claim on Willowwood. Still annoyed about the fact that Harroway's town splits over the Trident, because we only wanted everything north of the Western Bay of Crabs, but because of that, we've either got to leave it or take it. And taking it's going to be annoying, but leaving it will be annoying. I don't know what we'll do yet. We'll see as we move forward. As I said, we want to get everything north of the Red Forks. We will be getting the Blackwood lands and such. At some point, it's going to give us a few more high lordships to give out to people. Some of our loyal knights. Your Grace, for some time now, I've been in the employ of King Lucan, but now I seek a better station. You're a dragon rider, aren't you? No, go away. Oh my god, that means that the Lannisters have dragon riders in the Westerlands. That could be a problem. Who are the Grandlands? Are they still at war with the Storm King? Yes, and they are losing massively. So the Grandlands are soon going to be swallowed up by the Stormlands, which is going to create another huge kingdom. The poor Riverlands are literally just going to get picked apart now, aren't they, by all of the lands around this area. So it's going to be an interesting thing to keep an eye on down south. It looks like the Danes are slowly conquering Dawn as well. So soon we're going to have the Westlands, the Storm. We're going to have like a Westlands and the Eastlands, Dawn, and Andalia, and that'll be it. Oh, and the North, but the North, literally. It's Andalia's, really, isn't it? We do own it, pretty much. Well, money's increasing massively every couple of days, which is awesome. We could do with spending some of that. All our children, I think Alex Snow is the only one not of age now, isn't she? Yes, still 11. So once she's comes of age, we've paid off our debts. Once we pay off her, educational stuff, we'll have a lot of money to try and do some stuff with, which is awesome. Lord Wilbert of Father's Falls has let me know that the plot to kill Igrian warrior main is proceeding well. The supporters of the rallying on a balcony, High King Enger is known to freak... Me? What? Classic, okay. High King Enger II, I hereby invite you to participate in the tourney of Warriors Watch, where the best knights and lords of the north shall be invited to compete. Regards, Oscar Morgoth, Lord of Warriors Way. We're crap at it, but yeah, we'll join in just so we can keep an eye on what's going on in these tourneys. It's more lore for Andalia, isn't it? So, yeah, we'll see how that goes down. It is going to be interesting moving forward when we do have our Queen ruling, because there's a lot of lordships now ruled by ladies, or will have ladies rather than lords. We've got Luna Hills, which is obviously a lady at the moment. If we go through, there's quite a few throughout the kingdom, or ones that soon will be. The sisters are ruled over by a Snowfall woman. Enger has 5 daughters, so his daughter Cass Firehand is soon going to be the lady of that. We have Lady Josso, we have Lady Waynwood. We've got a lot of women rulers, so it's going to be interesting to see what will happen if a civil war does kick off and who will join with who. Igrian warrior main died under suspicious circumstances, so it looks like Wilbert Richards' plan worked. Roger of R'hllor uprising has declared R'hllor revolt against Archon Magor the warriors and Archon Magor the warrior. Okay, doesn't really concern us that much, does it? Just waiting to pay off Alex's education, and then we've got all that money to spend. Now we've got over 40,000 troops, so Enger's actually managing to turn the tide. High King Ben of the Grandlands accepted Storm King Byron of the Stormlands peace offer. Does that mean that Blackwater Bay now belongs to the Stormlands? Yes, it does. Mohor of Mohor, Blackstone's host has declared Mohor Black... Oh my god, another attack upon King Donald. So now the Stormlands have gained a lot of power. Has he allowed the Grands to keep their land? Yes, he has. Good. I don't want the Grands to get wiped off. But now if they start getting the Duskland area, the Stormlands are going to be very powerful as well. After arriving in Warriors Watch after the first day of the tourney began in earnest, you tilted against many lesser knights throughout the day, most of whom you unhorsed easily. Now in the coming days the final round of lists begins, and the opposition shall surely be more fierce. Perhaps I can place a bet? No. Who's taking part? Okay, there's a lot of people taking part. Lord Colmore Bloom's taking part. Is Stefan Roseheart taking part? It doesn't look like he is. So... Oh no, yes he is. Yes, perhaps I can place a bet. Let's place a bet on Sir Stefan. Place a bet. Watch Colmore win this time. Find a bookmaker. Yes, do it. You search the tourney grounds for a bookmaker who will take a bet on Lord Stefan Roseheart winning the tourney. And finally, locate such a man. He is offering odds of 18 to 10 that Lord Stefan Roseheart will prevail among the 31 remaining competitors. I'll make a small bet. I'll make a medium bet. I will make a large bet. Yeah, we'll make a large bet of 40 gold. We can afford to do that. Why not? And see if we can earn a little bit more money to spend. The Tourney Herald announces that the competitors of the next joust, you have been drawn against Sir Galbert Greystark. You mount your charge and take lance from your squire. And right at the end of the list, Sir Galbert does likewise. He's pretty impressive, isn't he, I think? He's more of a commander than a fighter, but he's still a better fighter than us, so we're probably going to go out in the first round. Your opponent got the better of you when you met in the centre of the list. Your lance nearly makes a glancing blow on their armour, while their lance hits true. Oh dear. Lord Stefan Roseheart and Sir Ellard were the next to joust in the list. After many tilts and broken lances, Sir Ellard was eventually unhorsed, leaving Lord Stefan to be declared the winner. Good, because we want that money. Everyone was enjoying the fine display of jousting when Sir Edmund and Sir Will Silvermoon were paired up in the last tilt. Sir Edmund did not fare well. Sir Will's lance found a gap in the armour, gruesomely impaling him with, oh god, with him in the dirt and a pool of blood. It was clear he would die. Okay, he's no one important though, so that's okay. How unfortunate. You want us to get involved, Starks, in a war again? Except, we'll just call up the same military that we called up before from this. Then again, it's up in Flint's thing. We can call up more manpower though down south. So we'll go for our southern armies instead, because we can call up more manpower from the Andalian, the old Andalian lordships. And Redguard as well. And can we all meet up in the White Star, please, guys? The blow from Sir Galbert Greystark's lance The blow from Sir Galbert Greystark's lance sends you reeling as you struggle to stay on your horse. The crowd gasps, expecting you to fall. However, you maintain your grip, bringing your mount around the other side of the list, ready for another charge. This time, I'll strike. Your opponent got the better of you when you met in the centre of the list. Your lance merely makes a glancing blow on their armour, while their lance hits true. Yeah, we're going to lose anyway, so can you just knock us off our horse? Lord Stephen Roseheart and Lord Theon Bolton were the next to joust. After many tilts and break lances, Lord Theon was eventually unhorsed, leaving Lord Stephen to be declared the winner. He fought well. You know this is not right. You cannot land a blow on Sir Galbert Greystark while the point of his lance is aimed true on you. As it strikes, the last thing you fear is the lance slipping between a gap in your armour, impaling you. Ah! King Enger the Uncaring dies. We die in a tourney accident. Shit. King Enger II has taken his last breath at the age of 36. He was unfortunately killed in a torsty joust by Galbert Greystark, his nephew. A popular man, apparently. Enger counted on many people as friend and confidant. Now he is with the gods and will be sorely missed by many. Queen Kyra, merely 15 years old, the realm is left in the capable hands of the Regent and Council. Long live Queen Kyra Sevenstar. Look at all those pretenders. All our bastards. Wow, a lot of pretenders. So, okay, so be it. So all those plots to kill him, and everything like that, he ends up dying in a tourney accident. But we have now inherited all of our father's treasury, which is a lot of stuff. So let's just cross all that off. May you live in harmony and contentment. I've been appointed as your regent. Lord Stephen of the White Star, that's fine. I trust him as our regent. Your father, High King Enger Sevenstar, has died, and now it falls to you to decide whether to make the funeral a big and special event or just keep it a small and private one. My father deserves to be honoured with a funeral. Who will you invite to the funeral of High King Enger II? All the lords and ladies of the realm are invited. We need to get our prestige up, so we'll do that. To draw the illness out of your body, Maester Colin covered you from head to toe in leeches. I'm glad I hired Colin. Oh, we're not ill, are we? Right, so we've got a few things to sort out now as the new princess. We can't go to the barber until we're 16, but we will do that once we do, so that we can change her appearance. Who's our heir? Mage Stark, heir to the Kingdom of Andalia, your half-sister. Oh, because she's been legitimised, hasn't she, as a Stark, which is annoying. Betrothed can marry. Lord Danes of the Fingers and Mage Stark. Yes, let's get them married. Council in discontent. Open council. Oh, God, so we've got a lot that we need to do. We'll set the crown focus in Sevensport. Open council positions. We need a new... Oh, God, we've got a lot that we need to do. Right, so positions. Let's have a look. Yep, Hand of the King, Master of Laws. We'll keep everyone as they are for those roles. We need a Maester. Apparently, where's our Maester gone? Okay, minor title. Oh, sorry, my council. We need an advisor. Who can we trust as Queen Kyra of Andalia? We've got our mother, Empress Dowager Sybil of Andalia. List Sevenstar, who trained us. Moribald Rat, Morton, True Sword. One of our bastard brothers. Might not be a good idea. We'll go with our mother. Court physician. Looks like we need a new maester then, so we can't send for a maester at the moment. Organised coronation ceremony. So we've got a lot to do. Has that war ended in the north that we've been called into? Oh yes, we haven't actually technically got the alliance anymore, have we? So let's disband that army. We're going to have to wait for that to re-kick back up at some point, which shouldn't take too long. Let's unpause, let things tick over a little bit. Have we got all hail her grace, Kyra of House Sevenstar, the first of her name, Queen of Mountain and Vale, Lord of the Sevensport, Guardian of the Bloody Gate and Protector of the Realm. All hail the Queen of the Vale, as well as the Queen of Andalia. Have we got any dangerous factions to worry about? Independence, Lord Owen of the Grey Cliffs. Okay, I'm surprised by that one. We'd still have all our crown loyalists, and we've still got that Lord Hubert for the Mountain and the Vale. Okay, that's nothing too much to worry about. Do we have any plots against us? I don't think we do, so that's not something to worry about. Oh no, fabricate a claim on the High Lordship. Roman's still trying to do that, but that's it. Okay, so that's okay then. There's nothing too much to worry about, so we'll unpause, we'll let things tick along for a minute. We'll end the episode soon. We'll just let things tick along slightly. Hopefully it won't be too long till we come of age and our regency ends. Have we got our sword equipped? Mother's Mercy, where is Mother's Mercy? Yes, we do have it equipped, which is good. Do we have our armour on as well? I hope. Yes, we have our fine set of armour equipped, so it's all good. Your Wisdom and Mercy are leisure, except your suggestion that Mage and Lord Davies get married. Okay, perfect. So there's a lot to look out for now. Your vomiting has finally stopped and you can start eating regular meals again. I feel better. Oh, good. So don't die straight away. How is Benfrey doing? He does have that claim on Andalia, the Mountain in the Vale, and the Pebble, apparently. He only has his one daughter still. Wow, his diplomacy has improved to match his martial, which is interesting. What's he got in his treasury? Dragonbone axe, fine set of armour, dragonbone sword. Nice, where you got them from, Benfrey? Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Right, let's unpause. The regency of Queen Kyra of Andalia has ended. Okay, so it wasn't long till she came of age, which is good. I have finished my education in the ways of war. It is a fascinating subject. Know your enemy. Become a dutiful commander. Right, so now we can go with our own focuses and stuff. Right, so let's have a look. We've got 22 martial, decent diplomacy. So let's go with... Do we go for the war focus? It's probably our best, but do we really want to go with war? We could go with diplomacy. No, we'll go with war, because I think we're probably going to need it. Ambition, what have we got? See the realm prosper, expand realm by conquest, have a son. We need to get ourselves an heir as quickly as possible, so that will be our ambition. We can change our appearance now. Let's have a look. Let's find a better hairstyle if we can, something a little bit more interesting. I'm going to go with that, I quite like that. Okay, so what else do we need? We need to organise our coronation. Open camp, yet we need to still employ a new maester. We need to organise our coronation. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything about that. Designated regent. We need a new regent. We will go with... We'll go with Stefan. We'll keep him as our regent. He's got 100% opinion of us. All our commanders are sorted out, and our handmaidens, our bodyguards, everything there is pretty good. Right, so we will end this episode here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it. There may be a gap between episodes. There's a few things that I like to sort out at the end of each reign and such. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed the reign of King Enger II. It was a really good one. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the reign of our first Andalian queen. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. And hopefully I'll see you all very soon for the start of Queen Kyra, first of her name of Andalia. Bang! 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 She awoke suddenly, gasping to catch her breath. She looked around, dazed and confused, the Mount's scream of pain still ringing in her ears. She dreamt of it again. Her father's death. The sight of him laying sprawled and pinned beneath his dying stallion was still burnt into her mind. The several feet of broken lance protruding from beneath his arm as the blood poured around him, the other half impaled in his horse. She tried to reach him, to help him, to comfort him, to hold his hand. But it was no use. Just as it had been in life, she could never reach him in time. Bang! 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 The door to her chambers knocked once more, snapping her back to reality. She rose hastily out of bed and made her way to open the door to see Sir Lister standing there, sword in hand, flustered. "Is everything okay, Your Grace? I could hear screaming," he asked in a panic in his voice. "Sir Lister, sorry, I had a bad dream." The old knight smiled and let out a sigh of relief as he sheathed his sword. "Oh, I almost forgot in all the excitement. Happy name day, Your Grace." Name day? Of course, she'd forgotten herself, her 16th name day, a woman grown and now a queen in her own right, no longer in need of a regent. "Thank you, Sir Lister." She moved in to embrace him. Kyra had always been fond of Sir Lister Sevenstar. He had been her royal bodyguard all her life, as well as her tutor and mentor. All her skill in swordplay and knighthood had been thanks to his teachings. She would be the fourth monarch he would serve, and despite his age and the fact her father had contemplated removing him from his Kingsguard, Kyra had no intention of such folly. None of the previous kings had come under harm on his watch, and she knew with him by her side she'd be as safe as any queen could be. And if what her mother had always told her about her bastard brothers was true, she'd need the protection. Her relationship with them had always been decent, but now her father was dead, her mother was adamant it wouldn't be long before they would show their bastard blood and press their own claims upon Andalia. Only time would tell, however. She thought of what kind of king her father had been, and her grandfather in his later years, and she knew as a queen she would have to be better than both of them. Many lords wouldn't be so patient to rebel and crown one of her brothers. Her mother assured her. Enger I, she thought, my great-grandfather and founder of my house. He was the benchmark. He had ruled from the age of 20 until he died a peaceful death, a sick old man. He was respected and beloved by all his people. I want to rule as good as him, a queen to be proud of, to give the realm something to remember the Sevenstars for. I will be a good queen. She was determined to do her house and kingdom proud.